Hello, everybody. Very welcome to a new brand highlight. Today, we're going to be talking about how exploit data scoring and timing translate into real security decisions, the decisions you're making as a security team. And to have this conversation, I'm thrilled to have Tod Beardsley on with me. He's a VP of Research at runZero, and we're going to focus on some new research that he's producing. KEVology, I think it's called. And
It is called that.
it is called that. There we go. And it's going to be an analysis of exploit scores and timelines tied to the CISA Known Exploited Vulnerabilities catalog, aka the KEV catalog. Tod, let's jump right in.
Sure.
At a high level, what's the whole point of KEV? What's it designed to do? How did vulns make it on the list there? And what's the purpose of the KEV catalog?
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
I like the KEV a lot. I liked it so much that I went to go work at CISA to work on the KEV. That was my job. I was a section chief eventually at CISA, and I kind of ran the KEV on the day to day. Didn't make it by myself. Takes a village as always. But basically, the KEV, or the Known Exploited Vulnerabilities catalog, is mandated by Binding Operational Directive 2201, or BOD 2201. If you Google that, you find it. And what BOD 2201 is all about is, hey, federal government, stop getting owned by the same thing over and over again, which is basically the purpose of BOD 2201. And so, to that end, CISA was tasked with identifying vulnerabilities that are known to be exploited and have a fix that federal, civilian, executive branch agencies could apply, right? And so that's the whole point. There's a couple other caveats in there. Has to be exploited, has to have a patch, has to have a CVE ID. So like your super hot ODay is never going to make the KEV. And it has to be relevant to federal interests, which does not mean the victim has to be a federal computer, right? It could be in state, local, tribal, territorial governments. It could be an international ally that we like a lot. It could be critical infrastructure. If a water treatment facility gets popped, like CISA wants to know about that, right? So that's the purpose of the KEV. And so this is a constriction, right, of all vulnerabilities exploited everywhere. It is merely those that have a fix that can be identified, all that stuff. And the only audience for it is federal agencies. However, it is public. And it's
Mm.
public for a reason, because CISA felt like, and I agree, that it was a great piece of intelligence, right? You could just use it and you can say, like, oh, well, these are the ones that the government has identified as exploited, so I probably should like pay attention to them. And that's true to a point. But like not everyone is a federal agency, obviously. And so you might have a security regime that you're running, right? That has a patch cycle, you've got change control windows, you've got tons of different technologies, and you have different appetite for risk, right? Like, so like, for example, by applying KEVology, which is a term I just made up,
I like it.
you can take a look at these vulnerabilities through the lens of like, well, what matters to you? And how do you defend to your boss why you're not freaking out about the latest thing on the KEV? Because many of them are not freak outable, right? Like
Right.
about 30 to 33%, about a third, right, of vulnerabilities on the KEV are the straight shot RCE. And so that means like you get remote code execution without help from a user, without an existing login on a thing that's connected to the internet, right? Like that's like the best kind of vulnerability for an attacker, right? I don't have to like trick you into clicking on something. I can just like fire the exploit off, boom, I get a shot. But only about a third of the things on the KEV fit that criteria. So these are not the worst of the worst of the worst. Like, it's really funny. If you read the paper, you'll see there's like an inverse bell curve. You have on the left side, you have a bunch of vulnerabilities that have extremely low EPSS scores. So they're very low likelihood to get exploited in the next 30 days. They were exploited at one point. That's how they got on the KEV. But in the next 30 days, extremely low probability. and then it goes down, and then it pops right back up again of like very likely to be exploited in the next 30 days because it's common and it's got like commodity exploits associated with it or something about it makes it that way on EPSS.
Right. So you're enriching the data, right?
Right.
So yeah, giving some information to help determine its potential impact and severity and exploitability, and kind of hopefully connecting
Yeah.
that to their own risk appetite. And that leads us to Collider. Let's close with what Collider is.
I will try to be fast.
All right.
So I have a bunch of ideas of what makes vulnerabilities interesting, right, to me, but I'm not you, and you might have different appetites for risk, or you might find like privilege execution or privilege escalation vulnerabilities are like the thing that gets you going because they're sneaky, right? And they tend to be local and they tend to like get you from user to root. And now I can do all kind of like sneaky stuff, right? Like that's a cool kind of vulnerability to know about, to look out for. So like what we did was instead of just writing a paper, just saying like, you should just look at these. Like we wrote the paper, said you should just look at these, and then put out basically a test bench on the internet. If I can say the URL, it is runZero.com/KEV Collider, or just look up KEV Collider, you'll find it. And then you can take the list of the KEV list and then order it in a way that makes sense for you, filter it in a way that makes sense for you with like a bunch of different variables, just all exposed on the web front end. And the best part is that there's like no session, there's no cookie management, there's no nothing. And so when you find a set that you like, you can copy the URL because it's all get parameters and send it to your friend. And then they will see exactly what you see. And that is cool. That's the part I like the most about it.
That is cool. Well, putting research into thought-provoking context, I would say, and then making it actionable through a tool.
Yeah, and it'll be evergreen because like the KEV marches on, right? Like there's 2 to 6 vulnerabilities get added to the KEV every week.
Yep.
And so like all my stats start to fall out of date. So that's why KEV Collider is there.
There you go, KEV Collider. Well, perfect. Tod, it's always a pleasure, my friend. And yep, thanks everybody for listening to this brand highlight with Tod and the team at runZero. Check out KEVology, the KEV Collider, and stay tuned for more brand highlights here.
Thank you so much.